What's this? Bunch of black-eyed Susans up here on Little Round Top. What's that all about? Oh, I noticed them a visit or two ago, guys. It's it's kind of different, I guess. No, I'm not going to complain because I'm a Marylander, and that's our flower. I just like to poke fun at the purists who think the park should look exactly the way it did in 1863. May annoy some, but they intentionally lined the path going down the steep hill down Little Round Top to Devil's Den. Anywho, I kind of promised myself I wouldn't, but we'll take you for a little walk up here on Little Round Top. Let you see the sights. Oh, by the way, happy 162nd. It is July the 2nd on the 162nd anniversary of the battle. As you can imagine, this is a very busy spot, always, today being no exception.
General Lee wanted to test their flank, test their defenses. Long Street. Down here.
Finally warming up. Started off cloudy and kind of cool. Now it is sunny and almost 90. Not a bad crowd up here, but seems to me for the 161st this time last year it was a bit busier. Might have something to do with timing. Remember the grand reopening last year was really something else. That they reopened Little Round Top shortly before the anniversary, just by maybe a couple weeks. That was something else. There were a ton of people up here then. See what I'm talking about, guys? Look at this. These are all new, and the funny thing is they've spread their seeds, and you'll see some other places of the park in little bits, but they certainly planted a lot up here. Really kind of surprised, really kind of, I guess you'd say, mildly upset that there aren't more people up here today. I expected to see quite a bit of a bigger crowd, and I'm not sure why that is. I will say that much of south central Pennsylvania just got through some torrential rains and some bad flooding. So hate to say it sounds so trite, but you know, heart goes out, sending thoughts and prayers to folks in Carlisle, and lots of other towns here. Gettysburg seemed to more or less make it through unscathed, but it was pretty bad. When I checked the news, I guess it was last night, being Tuesday, I didn't hear of any fatalities. I didn't scour the news and the reports. But the flooding was pretty bad. Even got as far as east as Lancaster. Lancaster got it pretty badly. I think Carlisle took the brunt. So it was kind of, I guess you'd say, south central and southeast central Pennsylvania, or southeast Pennsylvania. Basically a whole lot of areas between Pittsburgh and Philadelphia got a lot of rain the last couple days. The winds were really bad. Winds caused a lot of damage as well. So that could be one reason. You know, a fair amount of people here, but it almost kind of seems like, even though it's midweek, it kind of seems like a regular weekend. And you guys know how I feel about this place. I love it dearly and always wanted to, you know, get good business, lots of visitors, lots of people interested in the battle. But seems to me to be a bit on the light side for the anniversary this year. There really weren't many people at all between like the peach orchard and the wheat field, which, as you know, aren't the most popular spots, but you know, it is day 2. But guess what? Guess where? There just happen to be tons of people right now, even though it's day 2. That's right, up on Cemetery Ridge. What can you do? What can you do? But I really thought I'd see more people up here on Little Round Top. I think it was a bit busier earlier. It's by no means late. It's probably about 2:30 in the afternoon now. There's Patty O'Rourke. You guys have seen me walk around up here a bunch of times. Look at all these black-eyed Susans. Those of you who are somewhat frequent to the park will certainly realize that these are very new. And if I hop up here and show you, like I said, they really kind of dotted the path going down there to Devil's Den. Almost all the way up. It kind of starts right there, comes all the way up here. So people might love it or hate it. I don't mind it. And I don't think that's just my bias as a Marylander talking. Whew. It is really heating up. (44th New York), the castle. And there's one beautiful view. You can certainly see a whole lot from here. You can see all the way down to the Pennsylvania Monument down that way. Cemetery Ridge. You can see over Houck's Ridge here. And I think maybe make out parts that looks like northern Sickles Ave, or a bit north of the Peach Orchard. Where's the Longstreet Tower? Longstreet Tower is dead ahead, across the Emmitsburg Road. And of course down there you got Devil's Den. Oh. Anyhow, guys, I don't mean to to snub Little Round Top. It's just got some sweat in my eye. It's just most of you guys are familiar with it. I've shot a lot of videos up here before, but I want to give you guys a good look on the 2nd, because this is when it happened, albeit a bit later in the day. Oh, I'm already up to 10 minutes. All right, kiddos.
I would do it just for that.
See you on the next one.
Don't park there.
Yeah.
We don't need to.
I don't need to park there.